Hello and welcome to Fox Sports Gold and the 1995 Rugby League World Cup final. Australia were the defending champions but lost to England in the preliminary rounds. With a new look Australian side, England saw this game as their best chance to bring home the title to the mother country.
Well, it's one of the things you've really got to do if you half get the chance, and that is to come to Wembley. Just come to Wembley on a big occasion, and you are in for one of the great sporting treats. The England side, Radlinski at the back, Robinson off here. Connolly is in the side with Newlove at centre. Smith and Goulding make the halves. Farrell at the back of the scrum. Betts and Clark. Harrison, Platt and Jackson between them. Yes. If this doesn't bring the hair on the back of the neck up, nothing will. If you're a sports lover, Brasher, Wishart, Dallas, Coyne, Hill. Fittler, third youngest captain ever for Australia. Tuvey, Dimmick, Menzies, Larson, Pay, Johns and Carroll. And the benches, Mather, Cassidy, Pinkney and Joint. And for Australia, O'Davis, Matthew Johns, Smith and Kosef.
And I was talking to Phil Larder, the English coach, during the week. As we see there, the results. That's the English road to the final. They beat the Australians. No problems with Fiji and South Africa, the same scoreline. And a good win over Wales, while the Aussies lost the first game. Enormous victories in their next two matches. And a real heart-stopper last weekend in extra time.
And it's been fabulous weather that has extended its kindness into today.
And in this first set of tackles, what Australia don't want to do is give away a penalty.
So time is on. The final of the World Cup is underway at Wembley Stadium. Good morning, welcome, and I hope you enjoy. England then in their red and white strip, obviously, out to the 20-metre line, and Goulding goes across the back to find Robinson. Robinson got around Dallas, but he came again to make the tackle. That'll be an important moment over for Brett Dallas, as Andy Platt is met and thumped away by the lock Dimmick and the front rower Carroll. They go over for their captain Betts now. He's met by Larson and by Johns. And this is Farrell. Oh! That'll bring a penalty. It's the captain Fittler. That'll be brought out by Cummings and caution.
Yeah, lunging type head-high tackle there by Brad Fittler on the fourth tackle or fifth tackle, which is what Australia didn't need. Now England, with this penalty, will be attacking inside Australia's half as Goulding does just that.
5-4. England quoted as the outsiders. Australia in the red at 6-4 on. It's Clark. Angles to the centre. 32 out. Betts now. Clever work, a dummy half by Jackson. To the left. Harrison. Grassing tackle by Carroll. Right for Goulding. Now Farrell. He's got to be watched. Connolly gets his first touch. 18 caps for Great Britain and England. No tries for Connolly. Goulding's kick. And beautifully read by young Brett Dallas. Out to the 20-metre line then, I would imagine. No, he said play on, and Dallas has been crossed in goal. Well, where's the rule book gone?
Well, he actually did call Dallas. We can see here, as Brett Dallas takes the football, to the side of that, the referee has got his hands up.
Yeah, well, he's saying play on, that he didn't take it in the in-goal area, but from what we saw there, he did. And then he struggled, looked like he might have got back into the field of play, but no luck for Australia.
He's ruled that he left the field of play to mark the ball in the in-goal. I think the pictures prove conclusively otherwise, as Robinson goes across, and now Offia comes back.
Well, the old better breaks, there they were.
38 metres out now from the Australian line, and England have had all the football.
And any time they've been successful against Australian teams, it's through the kick. A little one over the top, the bomb. A lot of success in the last couple of meetings. I'm sure that will be a main tactic for them again this afternoon. 3 tackles gone now. Lee Jackson, he's the man to watch around the ruck area.
Carroll's been watching him like a hawk. That's his third tackle, and very important one too. Goulding now, angles across, tries to step off the right foot. Fittler waits for Bobby Goulding. Player of the year in First Division here last season. Now Radlinski goes high. Pressure for Brasher. It's off his hands and forward, and that'll be a penalty to England. Dimmick had no alternative.
Well, Jim Dimmick with no choice there. Radlinski put that one up. Like Martin Offia may have had a hand in there as well. The referee ruling a penalty against Australia, so a goal kick by Bobby Goulding, who has taken over the kicking. If you've been watching this series, Andy Farrell has been the kicker.
He's got a good success rate, Goulding. You'd expect him to put the first points on the board.
Bobby Goulding online. First points to England. 2-0 at Wembley. Well, back at Wembley, and Australia immediately on the attack. A mistake made by Phil Clark in taking the kick-off. He fielded it on the feet. It came off the feet. And Australia have come back with the football 3 metres out from the line. Larson tries to step. Looks to get a pass away. Oh, Gary Larson so close. Now, Tuvia dummy half. Waiting for the call and getting it. John spreads it. Hill. He tries to walk over the top if he can there of Newlove. Dallas gets it away. Johns is with it. They get the ball wide to Fittler. They go back inside for Menzies. Dimmick is with it. And Dimmick is down on tackle 5. Australia give him a golden opportunity. Now for Johns. He rolls it into the end goal. There's a chance. They appeal for a try, the Australians. The touch judge thinks it's a try, and they give it. Australia gets the try.
It's Rod Wishart who scored the try. It looked as though Jason Robinson had got the ball down. A great kick through from Andrew Johns on the last. But the referee with the touch, well, the in-goal judge's help has awarded the first try to the Illawarra Flyer. 4-2. Let's have a look. The kick goes through. Jason Robinson turns. Oh, gee, from that, and we'll have a closer look from another angle. I thought that the English winger got there first.
Well, originally I did too, Peter. Let's have another look. As Robinson ground the football. Well, I don't think anyone grounded it. And the in-goal judge, I've got to say, he was about 10 metres away running to try and catch up with the play. And he just ruled a try. The referee's right on the spot as well.
I get a feeling that Robinson got there first, but he didn't get a hand on it at all. The only hand that actually got in contact with the football was that of Rod Wishart. Now, did he get a clean downward pressure on it? The scoreboard tells the story.
We'll take it.
3 officials have paid the try. And now, Johns from the T-bar. And it's a good-looking kick.
Yes.
The young Newcastle hooker these days converts from the sideline. Australia 6, England 2.
And they'd be so happy with...
Controversial try.
Yeah, so happy with that. The first time they've had the football, they absorbed the pressure of England for 5 minutes on their own line. England had all the football. Here's another angle. Robinson, who gets it? Well, no one's really grounded that. Wishart had a lash at it, but I don't think he grounded it, but it's 6-2.
Wishart coming back with an inspired run. Scored something like 170-odd points on the Kangaroo Tour of 94. Injured against New Zealand, and the penalty goes now to Australia.
Some heavy work being put in here by Carl Harrison. A swinging arm. There's nothing really, a bit of a head massage. The penalty goes to Australia, so they'll be inside the England half.
Now Carroll. Straight over the top of Phil Clark's tackle. Good run by Carroll. Tuvey tries to back it up with a dummy half run that has also got some quality. Coyne off now, and here's Dean Pay. Inside the 20-metre line. Australia got away to that brilliant start against New Zealand, and they've done likewise today as Fittler tries to promote Menzies. Inside the 20-metre line and coming back left. Larson is with it. He went very close to scoring. Now Johns. Johns causing them troubles. Over the head of Wishart, though. Is not lacking in any confidence, Andrew Johns, in his biggest assignment so far.
No, a rare mistake from Andrew Johns there when he's got the ball in his hands. Trying to open up some space for Rod Wishart, which he did by going across field and looking as though he was going to turn Steve Menzies on the inside. The 20-metre scrum to be set with Bobby Goulding to feed. And Jason Robinson comes off the blind wing to take his ball 19 out from his own line.
That's the 20-metre line. There's England with Big Farrell crossing that line, and the strength of the man exhibited as he unloaded Jim Dimmick. Andy Farrell. Now Dennis Betts. Johns is there, but Australia are inside the 10. The penalty goes to the home side. Hosted the World Cup, and it's been a cup that got away to a start that many people thought it was going to be a total disaster, but the crowds have been good. This crowd at Wembley is not too bad either, probably up in the area of 50,000. 12 metres inside Australia's territory. The tackle made by Dimmick, and now Betts, the captain, leading from the front. 35 out from the Australian line, trailing 6-2, and with Smith, who came to Wembley in '92 as a sub playing for Castleford against Wigan. So Tony's been here before, and Andy Platt back in representative football after a break of 2 years. Captain Great Britain on one occasion. Goulding's kick again, a test for Brasher, and it hit the crossbar and bounces over the dead ball line. So it'll come back for the 20-metre tap restart. Well, poor old Tim Brasher's having no luck back there at all.
He had plenty of luck that time, Ray. The best thing that could have happened was to hit the post and go into the in goal or over the dead ball line. As a kicker, what you're trying to do is to aim at the posts and do exactly that to the fullback, but have the ball come down.
Terry Hill and Brett Dallas have combined to make about 20 metres, and Carroll comes in strongly. Mark Carroll, he debuted on a very cold night at Parks back in 1990, and he's playing a major role in the early minutes of this Australian match against England.
Andrew Johns has just nodded the head to Brad Fittler, as if to say, yes, give me a shot at goal, centre field, 40 metres out. Very little breeze here, that's not a problem. When we think back to the match, Newcastle against Manly, where it looked as though Andrew Johns' season was well and truly over. Picking up a shoulder injury, he was back in a couple of weeks. And now he's playing a major role in Australia's fortunes in England, and looking to extend their lead by 2.
So he's 40 metres out, and the kick is offline. They bring it out from the in-goal area, the Englishman. It's Radlinski, the red-headed fullback, 19 years of age, plays it inside the 30. Robinson came around the first receiver, and again, look at the man. Really elusive.
Oh, great defence. Did very well, Brett Dallas. Was 2 passes in, realised that there was danger out wide, and scampered out as quick as possible.
Robinson is still there in the thick of things. Both wingers having a good share of work to do. Goulding now goes over for the lock forward Farrell, who has those legs cut out from under by Menzies. And Fittler was up top. Now Jackson, a little flick up for Platt, and Platt looks back as if to give it to Jackson, but takes it to ground on 5. 10 metres from the halfway, and Goulding comes in. His kicking a feature of his characteristics. And Brasher now tries to run around them. Connolly's after him, and Brasher is dragged over the sideline.
Oh,
that's a bad blue there by Timmy Brasher.
That's a tragedy, because we saw some great Australian defence. England only made 10 metres in their set of 6 tackles before the kick. Probably a bit of dew on the ground here at Wembley. And he was dragged into touch by Gary Connolly, all in the one movement, perfectly legal.
Yeah, that's a real danger on all English grounds. Anywhere within that 10-metre area, you can go over the touchline. As England go wide from the scrum, when Radlinski throws the dummy, taken by Fittler and Coyne.
35 metres out, centre of the park, and they go to the left with the major part of their personnel back on the right, waiting for the sweep to come back. Only Offia on the left. Jackson! Ooh, he got under Carroll's tackle. It was left to Larson to make the tackle. Then Goulding. Now Farrell inside the 20, puts the dummy on, and is tackled 12 metres out into penalty. He's pinched Andrew Johns. And I believe it's for not standing directly in front of the man playing the ball. So Bobby Goulding will more than likely reduce the deficit.
Been caught a couple of times, Andrew Johns.
Well, he's done nothing.
Bobby Goulding now. A kick from only about 20 metres out from the uprights on a bit of an angle. He strikes it and it's bounced through. So good fortune smiles on England. 6 points to 4. Australia with a converted try. And Bobby Goulding with 2 penalties for the home side. So Carroll, he doesn't leave anything at home. He just winds it up and lets it go. Now Tuvey, and this is Pay. Dean Pay is able to make good ground. It's improved the situation by about 8 metres as Tuvey now uses the decoy run of Fittler. Johns! He's 10 metres out, puts the step on, looks for support, but he's pulled down. Well, he's opened them up, Andrew. Dimmick now. Tuvey is with it. Fittler's looking for it. Tuvey smashed into the ground. Good defence there by Harrison. From Dimmick for Fittler. Then across the face of Menzies is with Brasher. Brasher tries to slide through. 5 tackles gone. Now the captain's going to the blind side. Fittler rolls it in. And Robinson has put it out over the dead ball line. Australia will get it back.
A good attacking play there from Australia. Good to see Johns having a run. He was chasing home the referee there for a minute, and Fittler comes up with this option on the last. Not a bad one, 3-on-1 there, the Australians, when the kick was put through. And Robinson, last-ditch kick by him.
So England with Martin Offia, the scorer of 30 tries in 36 test matches. He scored 2 against Wales last Saturday. As Farrell is put into the ground heavily by Larson and Dimmick, 2 of the back rowers. And now Newlove, crushing tackle, and he loses the ball. And Larson is the first to applaud the work of Dean Pay.
Pay, one of his specials. I saw it was a bit of a cliche, players playing above their weight. Dean Pay does exactly that. He's not a big man. It's just the technique involved here, driving up under the rib cage, onto his back, the ball comes loose. Those kind of tackles change the course of matches.
Oh, that was a great tackle by Dean Pay. As Tuvey now supplies for Fittler. They put a move together we've seen before on many occasions, and Brasher eventually gave it inside for Wishart. Now, referee Cummings gives the penalty to Australia against the tackler for interfering with the man trying to play the ball. So here's a great opportunity for Australia to go that further 2 points in front. Andrew Johns then. Right in front and 20 metres out. This time he's got it on the line. Only 3 out of 8 last weekend, but he's got that one across for us now. 8-4 is Wembley. 8-4 the score. And Tuvey is playing the ball midway through the first set of 6 since the restart of play. And Fittler drives it on an early tackle down. The bounce favourable for Radlinski. Dimmick first there and a good tackle assisted by Menzies. World Cup final. Offia! Menzies is after him! Offia! He's away! Brasher makes the tackle! The ball is there, but he's been ruled into touch. The crowd doesn't realise it, but the touch judge has the flag up. Well, Tim Brasher has made an enormous contribution.
Philadelphia gets in the clear, he scores. Steve Menzies, we saw what great pace he had to at least stay there. That is one of the classic rugby league tackles you will ever see. I don't think that he put a foot into touch. I think it should have been play on.
I do. I think right at the death there, as he still had control of the football, he's looking to pass it inside. His foot did go into touch. Menzies did well with the chase, but obviously Offia must have slowed down over the last few years, because 5 years ago he scores by 20 metres with Brasher. What an effort.
You can see the ground he had to cover. A diving tackle at the end there.
So, another hair-raising moment in the World Cup final. And that time, the good fortune not going with England.
It was a bad miss on off here in the front line there. You know that he's going to duck when he comes up. You've got to be ready for that. Andrew Johns.
Oh, Johns has had his head taken off almost. The arm went out. Andrew Johns' head stopped and the rest of the body kept going.
More of a grab than anything else. It wasn't a swinging arm. Just grabbed him around the neck area, but a penalty is what has occurred. Australia now coming back into it, 8-4, and looking to put more points on the board and go further ahead.
25 metres out from the England line. Tooby taking the tap, and here's the big fellow again. He's doing the work of a couple of men, and now a penalty will be given. Stuart Cummings has got Andrew Farrell. Brad Fittler came across to get Mark Carroll out of the road.
Yeah, well, we saw a swinging arm there from Farrell. That's really stupid play.
Andrew Johns, 15 metres in from touch. A chance to put Australia 6 points in front. 20-metre line underneath the ball. He likes it, and so do we. A further 2 points to Australia. 10 points to 4. Good representation of Australian fans in Wembley. Of course, a lot of Australians living and working in England. As we start to approach that half-time break. And ball being played 30 metres away from the Australian line by Dean Pay, who's been very strong. Tooby sees it opening and he tries to scamper through. Larson is there now for dummy half work, and Fittler calls it to the right. Andrew Johns is out wider. Hill is outside him. Dallas is on the outside, coming inside. Terry Hill gets the ball away to Dallas, who's not held. He's on his way again, and he'll penalise him for being tackled and not playing the ball.
Well, I think we'll find that Brett Dallas had every right to get to his feet. The tacklers had fallen off. Newlove finds touch. There's the tacklers, Tony Smith. No, it was a good decision.
So Betts on the halfway, near enough to the centre of the ground. And here's Farrell. Sun beaming down on Wembley as Cassidy is put down on the 40-metre line on tackle 5. They go over for Goulding. A chip and a chase and a kick. Dallas, he'll win the race with Fittler. Fittler puts it over the dead ball line. He took the decision away from the youngster.
Oh, he's dangerous, Bobby Goulding. He offers us so much in that half-back role. A lot better player than Sean Edwards ever was or ever will be. Edwards refuses to run to the line. This man will, and he can do that sort of thing.
I think we'll see more of this in the second half too. As I mentioned earlier, the kick has always been important in English success against the Australians. I'm surprised we haven't seen more little ones in behind the line. And with that little bit of success there, it might just be the catalyst for more.
The line dropout goes to the man that I probably wouldn't have kicked it to with any choice in the matter, but Robinson it is. 28 metres out from the line, Jackson.
You wouldn't have kicked it that far, right?
Ah, Phil Clark has bombed it. I don't think I would, Pete. I don't think I'd even be out there. I don't think anybody from Corinda has played for Australia, have they? from reserve grade. Fats?
I don't think so, Raz. Here's a chance now for two. He draws and goes, gives it a Hill.
Jerry Hill to the halfway line. 10 points to 4, Australia leading close to half-time. They work on a narrow corridor on the right of the ground. Dallas plays it, and they come over for Gary Larson, and Larson is put into the ground heavily. So, Tuvey now. Second man play for Big Carroll. And desperately hanging onto the boots was Cassidy, and it's brought a penalty. Carroll gets up, banging the ball into the ground.
Well, there's the consistency coming out again by the referee. He's made a couple of mistakes, but Mark Carroll, he's been Australia's best forward, no doubt about that. The great Bonzo on the sideline there. He's taken the ball up very strongly all day. And
back on Wembley, the talk is that the great stadium could be dismantled and re-erected for their games bid in the year 2002 Commonwealth Games. That would be a bit of a shame, but here's Johns now from in front. And he gets it away, but it's going wide. He's made it dead.
yeah, well, because he had to kick it so far, he hit it really hard, disappointing, but the half-time hooter goes. There's the Bonzo. Pretty happy, I'd imagine.
So there is the break. Australia leading England by 6 points, 10 points to 4.